something. You've been quite the champion for former Governor Nyesom Wike, who is currently the Minister of FCT. He's a PDP leader who's made his way into an APC federal government. But the truth is that it's not unprecedented. This is not the first time we're having someone from an opposition party serve in a ruling party. We've had the likes of late Chibuike Amaechi, we had Senator Udoma, we had Dr. Odora Akunin, who wasn't even a politician at that time. And then we also had, I think, Bala, somebody mentioned to me, Bala, the governor of Borno State, when he served as Minister of FCT, he was an APP.
Bala Mohammed.
Yeah, Bala Mohammed, he was an APP member. Yeah, so but what makes Wike's situation unique? It feels like he's straddling both the PDP and APC River State while rallying support for President Bola Ahmed. What's your perspective, sir?
Now, I would like to flog that PDP. Wike is leading the renewed hope family in River State.
Okay, that's beyond the party.
So yeah, it's beyond the party.
Okay.
It is an amalgam, a conglomeration of individuals. You don't even have to be a politician. Or rather, you don't even have to be partisan, that is, you're a member of a political party. No. This is a group that we are building, that we are built, that we are nurtured to take over, to support Mr. President for 2027.
Okay.
So exactly what we did when it was difficult to use PDP, I mean APC, to campaign for Mr. President.
Okay.
That's what we have. What we have there is categorized as a rainbow coalition.
Rainbow coalition.
Yes.
Some sort of movement.
Yes.
Across it.
Across, yes.
All strata of
yes.
society.
And the leader of that coalition is His Excellency President Nyesom Wike.
But it looks like it's only River State. That's where you have that kind of coalition.
Yes.
What's going on in other states where you also have people?
No, we always blaze the trail.
Oh, that's
we always blaze the trail.
That's interesting.
Yes, I tell you that I hear that most states now, those leaders in states, are beginning to imbibe the same principle.
Okay.
And it's working. For us, it is perfectly working. It is.
So Wike has set the
yeah, you have set a pace
for others to follow.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the possibility. Do you think there's a chance that Governor Fubara and Minister Wike could bury the hatchet, especially if the Supreme Court upholds the recent Court of Appeals judgment favoring Wike's ally, Matizawe Amewule, as Speaker? And then, if they don't reconcile, what do you see as the implications for a productive relationship between the governor and the Assembly?
Okay, I can't possibly be, because I'm not yet the prophet.
Okay.
Neither am I a soothsayer. But what I can say to you on that issue is that the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, had fluffed his chances. And even this way, listen, I said, you call a man my Oga, and we have fought to this point. If I was to be in his shoes, on Wike's birthday, I'll run into him. Or I will sponsor advert, even if it's just scroll. It would have been softening the mind of the man. After all, that season, that period, the Yuletide season, it's a period where and when friends, even enemies, exchange pleasantries and convivialities. If he had done that, yeah, the story will get to us. And somebody will say to you, this man that has come on bended knees to say, we're sorry. Instead, he was still busy unleashing. Assembly, the Court of Appeal, Omotosho, on the 24th of January 2024, had given a valid judgment. It's not a ruling on the issues. If you were to be independent of those who feed fat. I call them buccaneers. Feed fat in his pocket and his state. You would have used that opportunity. Okay, leave your motor shows on. Court of appeal.
Like
twice.
about 3 court of appeal judgments.
Yes.
In favor of Amaechi.
It would have been at least, how would I put it? It would have been an alibi.
Okay.
To talk to all these people who are hanging around and say, look, court has said this. And you move in. Instead, he still believed, or they kept telling him, assuring him that only 3 members of...
As an Ikwere man, it's interesting to see Ohaneze Ndigbo recently electing one of your own, another Ikwere man as president. What's your take on this, especially considering that the Ogbako Ikwere, which I guess all of you belong to, has distanced itself from Senator Mbata's leadership within the Ohaneze?
That was the wrongest decision anybody else, any human being, any living human being. It was the wrongest decision. By
Ohaneze or by Mbata? Which
by
one?
Mbata.
Okay.
Or by himself. I'm sure that he's very respectable father. May his soul rest in peace. Couldn't have even contemplated it. For him to have fallen for that bait, it's funny. I know him very, very, very well. As a student, and as a student leader, each time we had any matter under the aegis of NUIS, National Union of Ikwere Students, one sure place we will go to is John Mbata's office.
You mean this?
Come here.
Wow.
This John Mbata.
Okay.
Even before he became senator. His office was at education. That's what they call that place. We'll go there and we'll be dead sure that how be it, John will invest into the project. I had a relationship with him. That's why I refused to talk about him. You know, I refused to talk about him in a manner that anybody would say is derogatory or denigrating and all that. I don't want to talk about him, but Ikwere people are not equals, please. So, but as a human being, as an individual, you can choose where you come from.
Okay.
Okay? But if you flaunt the ethnic nation,
that's where the problem
that's
is.
Where the problem is.
Okay.
And I commend Oba Ikwere for the swift response. We cannot be taken in by what we do not know. But John on a good day, Senator Mbata on a good day, is an articulate person. Very, very. I can tell you that.
Maybe that's why they chose it.
I can tell you that for free. But whatever political calculation that necessitated that bad political mathematics, too bad. That's the common way. No. If your people, you know, after you have risen to a point, now declare you persona non grata. Even in his community called the Neka, you say no. I don't know where he is coming from. So as an individual, it is his lot. But for us, Ikwere people were not equals. Please.
But let me just round up this one. This the election of Mbata, many see as him being sponsored by.
But I told you, I said it's a wrong.
Could it be a political this thing for?
It will fail.
You know,
they have gone further to shoot themselves on the leg.
How, sir?
Yes, how? Is that what you are doing, bringing our son, is to, at the end of the day, let me tell you their calculation.
Yeah,
are we
that's
kids?
Actually the takeaway from this interview.
Well,
please, I want to hear that.
We're not kids.
Okay.
We're all politicians here. There's no money that is paid to President General Okocha Ohanese. Money is not paid to you. It is your time, okay, that you will invest in the administration. The latent motive is put him there so that in 2027 he will use this office to mobilize and muster support for me. That's all, please. I don't. If it were a pecuniary interest, John would not fall for that because he's not a poor man.
He's not. But he is a chairman of MCC. And FCC is also in some southeast states.
Yes.
They are in Abia State,
Yes.
Imo State, and some other states. So
they didn't even. It wasn't started by him.
okay.
Okay. He later on bought over the
company
and all that.
Okay.
But days of Achike, particularly Imo State.
Yes.
I think they had a relationship with Little Mbakwe.
Yes.
So
it's been
now,
there.
It's been there. So the both latent and patent interest is let's get that office and use it, as a mobilizing center to woo the Igbos.
Is it for the governorship of Rivers or for the president?
All of the above. Who knows where the governor is going?
Okay.
We don't know where he's going. We don't even know the party that he belongs right now. Because if he says he's PDP, then...
But he's without any PDP.
If he says that's stupidity.
He said, looking ahead to 2027, do you believe your party will field a strong candidate for the governorship election?
Yes.
And with the considerable support Governor Fubara is getting from his fellow governors, the PDP governors, and to an extent from the presidency.
It's cash. The nexus there is cash.
And if he plays the cash and wins?
Which win what now?
Okay.
Win what now? Some of these people you see answered this and that and that, they are governors. Because they were made by grassroots politicians. So they don't have the clout as much as you think.
Okay.
So who will, is
so
it balanced?
You are dealing with the grassroots.
Yes.
While they are like,
yes.
What do you call it?
Yes.
This water hyacinths, you know, on top of the sea or something. That's what you're trying to
Yes, that's exactly what they are.
That's interesting.
All right, so 2027 and the politics of River State, not the politics of PDP Governors Forum.
Okay.
They are there. All the local governments, all the local governments in the River State, according to them, the people that say they are chairmen are candidated under another political party. What's that? What's the name of the party? APP. You know, those they like to do Congo. You know. So now, has he also not sold out his party? And how bold? What is his moral imperative to say that he's still a member of PDP?
Maybe it's in line with what's going on everywhere. I'm not sure he's the only one.
It's a charade.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that it is cash nexus. All right? You know River State. Let me tell you about River State a bit. All the governors of our state, in fact, they were running their respective political parties. And we're saying the administration in the state is dead. We have long challenged the governor, say, show me one project that you initiated, midwifed, and to the point of commission. Not one. It was continuing
before the 2027 election. It
was continuing from low-hanging fruits.
Okay, but that's what government should be, continuity.
Yes, continuity. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Because if you abandon it, that project
that you go wasted and
now,
all that.
But when you are plucking the
you also planting.
When you're plucking that fruit, that low-hanging fruit, also give credit to the man, the person who was before you. Okay. There were a lot of projects that I know. I know because I latently worked with him on this matter of Sim Fubara. That there is a man who does not want a governor of the state to support him.
Yeah.
That's the story out.
That's the pressure.
The other people will tell you, oh, the man wants to still control the economy of
And
the state.
but by the time make the state is private,
yes,
private estate.
But by the time we lay bare with verifiable evidences, backed up with plausible logic, then I say, is it what happened or what is going on? Otherwise, I told Wike when this thing started, I said, sir, public opinion will be against you.
Yes.
It's easier for them to sell that you have done it here, you don't want anybody else. It's
common though.
Yes. Now, I have moved in, courtesy of the governor, you can go and ask him. That a day was that only 2 of us sat in his office. When this matter started brewing, 2 of us at his invite, I went to his office. Only 2 of us sat down and we talked extensively. I said, sir, don't go into this fight. Discontinue. It will not. It's going to be a wild wind that will blow you no good. That will blow the state no good. Ask him. I didn't know that the governor was just 50 years. I was 56. Which means he's way my junior, right?
Yeah.
But I left where, I sat somewhere, I left my seat, came to him and held him on his knees. I said, please, this is a sign, my people. When a man comes to you and goes your leave, if you like, you can raise your hand like this before. You must bring it down. I held him on his knees. I said, please, I'm going to Abuja. And I'm going straight to the minister's place. And I'll tell him that we've had a conversation. And he was not against it. He said, okay. Yeah. And I went to the minister. First, my flight was delayed from 5 o'clock to nearly 9 p.m. I insisted I must travel to see the minister. From the airport, my driver took me straight to where he was staying. Because that time, that period, it was like morning. So the whole place jam-packed with people and all that. I didn't know that what I came for was the same thing that Aaron Chukwemeka came.
Oh, really?
Yes. We met ourselves there and we were gisting.
Okay.
So I said, see the mission that brought me here. He said, thank God though. That he came here to talk to us. Okay, no problem. The 2 of us.
Waiting.
Discussed with Oga. I ran after 1. People have left. One thing I have not forgotten, and I won't forget, is that after my presentation, Oga told me that...
As the minister?
Yeah, the minister told me that which the governor said to me is a direct opposite of what is in his mind. I said, no, sir.
So he knew him that much?
Yeah. I said, no, sir. I came at his behest. He didn't give me money to pay my flights. If he had even brought I would have told him, keep it, sir, when I'm done, I'm back from this business. So that it doesn't look like there was some monetary this. I said, no. I came at his behest. He said I should come and beg. And ask you, because he started saying, why he called me, he knows that Oga listens to me, that Oga is always saying that he's destroying, dismantling his structure, and all that. Saying that we asked commissioners, that Oga nominated 18 out of the 19, and I have not sacked any one of them. So how is he dismantling the structure? I said, I don't want to know.
You can have a structure, but the foundation is destroyed. The structure
no, I told him I don't want to know. Off. But he confessed to me that he knows that there are 2 things they agreed that he hasn't done. I said, fine. Now those 2 things I don't also want to hear.
Yeah, it is.
Go to your man. 2 of you will sit down and pick glasses. Watch and pick glasses. Let the enemies. Those people who told abused Wike to say, okay, after serving you, I'll come and serve your boy. Are now the champions
That's politics for you. Sir, we've really taken your time, and you've also given us in-depth analysis and information on, the battle in Rivers State. But I'm still going to take this one more question, and that's probably going to be the last one. You've been a strong advocate, supporter, defender, and whatever name I could call, of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You don't hide it. You're not like what we call Nicodemus in politics, people that visit at night and in the morning they say something different. You've defended the president and all that. Now, what's your take on this new alliance, of some politicians, some leaders recently gathered, I think in Lagos or somewhere, or in Abuja. Atiku was there, your former boss, Amaechi was there, and we also saw El Rufai and the rest of them who are doing different things, but it looks like there's a kind of merger coming. And they have also scored the president very, very low in terms of performance, governance, and in fact the economy as a whole. And they think that he shouldn't even bother to run an election for the next. Some of them are still members of the APC, and they are against him, presenting himself again in 2027. What's your take on this?
Well, I feel sorry for them. The reason I say I feel sorry for them is that they are Humpty's Dumptys. A Humpty Dumpty is somebody who had gone to war and lost. So these ones are political Humpty or Dumptys. Yeah. Okay. You want us to take them one by each. And I'm happy that the Minister of State of Defense, particularly had addressed Amaechi, my former boss. Because his own is that he's inciting violence.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
He's inciting violence. But when the violence will actually play out, will his children be in the forefront? What is it that these people, what is their, what is the moral imperative?
Power. They want power.
I'm coming. They want power. You had the opportunity. Atiku bought over Nigeria at the point. They're not correct. He bought over Nigeria at some point. I don't know what he's doing with those
investments,
properties and investments. Who are you talking about? El Rufai? It is even the system, from what I'm told. I was with the governor. I don't know him, but we sat somewhere. He also came for an award from. They played down his matter. Kaduna cannot move well, Kaduna State, because of what? The huge debt on the neck of the state. At the point, the governor said whether he wanted to even resign because they can't run the state. As your money is coming, because you have domiciled something and this, and as the money is coming, it goes to that account.
Is it that the money borrowed were not used to, they were not invested in something that could earn money?
Do you know that it was after that attempted probe,
okay,
that contractors are now moving into sites?
Oh, really?
Yes. Contractors were now moving into site because they feared EFCC and all that.
That means they were actually paid and they
on
refused to do the job.
our own turf here, our man at the point called himself a sycophant.
Wow.
He said taking transportation university to Daura, that if anybody wants to call him sycophant, that he accept that he's sycophant.
Oh, really?
Meanwhile, they had cleared very wide expanse of land in Ubima. I chose to go to Daura. And we also asked, you are doing standard gauge leading to nowhere. But in the case of River State, where you have the business, yeah, you say you want to do narrow gauge. And they went to this market and scooped up the one that was there.
The old one.
And the guys
Tracks.
of that going to, yes, garden, that market, what do they call them now? It's mostly for garden.
The one around the D-line?
Yes.
Okay, fruit garden.
Fruit garden, exactly. So the other one, that old one that people were managing, at least to go to Aba and back, you had scooped off. And didn't do anything until he left office. Where do we start? Now, in your own party, you ran an election with a candidate, somebody, and you were
at the primaries.
that you were defeated. And the person had the presence of mind to come to you, say, please, whatever it is was, let's bygone be bygone, let's work together. And you refused. Now you're talking about what? That you were minister. Nigeria nearly lost our sovereignty to China. Huge sums of money borrowed through your ministry. And you have a man who has come to say, look, I'm not interested in the things that have happened before me.
Let's move forward.
Let's move forward. And he's paying and servicing those debts. And you come to talk about inactivity. No. What is it called? London was, Weti was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. The president met a rot in the system. But you know why I supported him and I will still support him? Is that I have known him as somebody who is development driven. He is one of the presidents, that wouldn't come to tell you on air that anybody woke him up from sleep to go and contest. The man says, it is my lifelong ambition.
That means he's been planning for it.
Yes.
But
and he has the mental wherewithal
okay.
to do what he's doing.
Even at this age?
Yes. The president is not saying that.
No, we're not talking about serenity, but you know, as you grow older, certain even passion and drive tend to reduce.
Yes. But does he have to be there every day and at the point? Yes. That's why you have ministers, you have special advisors, you have commissions.
If you choose the right people anyway.
Great. So, Tinubu is somebody who says he has vision for Nigeria, and we are seeing it. He could not have turned the fortunes of this country under less than 2 years.
But are we seeing the results yet?
And the results are coming.
It's still in the pipeline. You know.
And the results coming.
Well, we're still trying to see if foodstuffs will come down, the price of foodstuff, price of fuel and the rest of it and all that. Even housing.
Yes, if you talk about foodstuffs, it's because the farms are not functional.
Yeah, because of the banditry, the insecurity.
Exactly. And these things are even unleashed by big men.
Oh, really?
Yes. How do they get the first fund to start to do what they are doing? Maybe doing the thing in that act. Being in that act, they may now be getting other money from as ransom and all that. The certain person had convinced them to go and do something. That is the truth.
Wow.
So we are always advocating that Nigerians should be patient with Mr. President. His policies will lead us to our Eldorado.
Your party was responsible for Jonathan's ouster. Why didn't you people preach the same? Why didn't you listen to the same message by PDP when everybody was like, let's be patient with Jonathan? Maybe it's still the same old song. Let's be patient, let's be patient. So what are you people going to do differently?
Yeah, you can't be patient when you don't see an action.
Okay.
Now, we'll say be patient with the man. We are seeing actions.
Okay, the process.
Yes. At least you know how many years that Port Harcourt refinery
didn't
was
work.
comatose. You heard of the worry.
Yeah.
And he said they are launching into Kaduna. How many days ago the president has signed a bill into law establishing Environment and Technology University in Okoni.
That's unprecedented anyway.
The president had almost addressed the issues of regional
development.
Yes. Has created this commission. The other one, Northeast. The other one is signed up yesterday. Was North Central.
Yeah.
Development Commission. So isn't that telling people that he's bringing this whole thing to the grassroots? It was the president's time that the chairman of councils would be 90% autonomous.
Autonomous.
Yes. And the reason he has done so is that there will be no godfather deciding. Power will rest with the people, because that they want to vote. So we are seeing some changes.
But anyway, that doesn't stop the opposition from speaking.
when you make skirting.
You are worried about the skirting remarks and all that.
Yes.
Okay.
Take us to the area you think, just like we took this man. Let him tell us that Port Harcourt is clean.
Okay.
Let him tell us that the buildings here are not slums.
Maybe those are low-cost housing for those who can afford, because in the past, what we saw, I think there was rainbow housing under Amaechi and some other housing.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's still the people, the elites, the big men, people at the top who were able to buy those houses and occupy them. Maybe this one that Sim is building is for the lower class, where people can at
the lower class will pay 80 million.
80 million.
How do you assess that money?
80 million.
How much is even the salary of a permanent secretary, PAMSEC, who is at the apogee point?
Okay.
How much is their salary? So how can they possibly afford that? So it means that if we had two-story building, for instance, each, it means that people cannot still afford it. If you had two-story building and the amount is 80, still 80 million, it's the same thing. Now in this one, I'll show you know that it is on equity contribution. It is not the state government building.
That's what I understand.
Yes, state government only donated land. And even when because they didn't do due diligence, a lot of people took them to court. They went into areas that nobody paid anybody any couple. And then, if you agreed to that kind of thing, shouldn't you also ask to see the drawing?
And look at the structure.
The kind of structure.
Whether
it befits. If this structure were to be in the remotest part of the state, it's a lot better.
Okay.
You can give him kudos. But on the road, inlet, outlet, the Port Harcourt, no. So let anybody, any rivers people say that they are happy that structure is what. Have you gone to Akwa Ibom?
Yeah.
First, Akwa Ibom, the whole of Akwa Ibom, particularly Uyo, you will not see a pothole as little as anything. How many potholes did you jump in River State?
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, I don't want us to go into that. Maybe the next session we're going to have, we'll look at that, because I also have my reservations when it comes to some of these issues you have raised concerning development in the state. We'll probably look at them sector by sector and see if, I think in the next couple of months, it's going to be 2 years of his administration. Maybe we're going to look at that and then see if he has actually done something different or not. Well, I think this is the last that we have to take for this episode. I want to thank you, viewers, for always tuning in on the fastest growing channel. I appreciate all you're doing, and I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. Like, comment, share, and also watch. Take your time to watch. Don't be one of those who just comment. Don't be one of those who believe in what people just say. Try and listen to the interviews and you will get even the meat, the substance of the matter. Thank you. Join us in our next episode. Bye.